see Jazz as a new ability to shoot with that Target Master gun. And so does Sky Striker. Look at all that raining fire down. Can you imagine having 3 or 4 bots doing that to a base over those walls? That would be really, really nice. I don't think many bases would be able to... Well, they would crumble. What's up, Transformers Earth Wars fans? This is Alpha Prime of the One Elites, bringing you the newest update to Transformers Earth Wars Combat Bots, or also referred to as Battle Masters. Now, these guys are really cool. They're like those Micromaster kind of guys that can transform into vehicles. They can transform into... Some of them can transform into weapons like guns or swords or axes. And there's also some other ones that haven't been released into the game yet that can transform into shields and hammers. So a lot of cool things that Space Ape can do here. So really excited about this new additional feature to the game. And let's go ahead and get into it. Now, as you can see here, I've got all the 5 stars, all the 4 stars, the 3 stars, and most of the 2 stars. This is the test account, guys. I'm here just to show you the differences. And I'm here to give you my opinion on these guys. So this is not my main account. I definitely don't. I only have one bot like the rest of you. For those that don't know, get on Transformers Earth Wars and download the latest update. And every 24 hours, you're going to get a new combat crystal. And you have a chance to get a 2-star or a 3-star combat bot. And in my opinion, they're all awesome. You can only get one of each, so you can't get another Ravage. You can only as a 2-star. You can only get a Ravage as a 3-star, a Ravage as a 4-star, and a 5-star. And the good thing is they also stack. So, for example, you could have 4 Ravages stomping on a base and crushing a base if you really wanted to. But that's it. You can only get, once you get a 3-star Ravage, you can't get any more for your squad. So that's why I think the 2 stars, the 3 stars, and the 4 stars are going to be really, 5 stars are going to be really, really valuable. I think the 5 stars are going to be pretty hard to obtain. They cost a lot of shards to get. So focus on those 4 stars for now and 3 stars and see what happens, right, guys? And you should be able to get these through events. And of course, whenever Space Ape offers a bundle, I think there's going to be a bundle offering this weekend if you want to jump ahead and try and get some of these cool new Battle Master combat bots added to your squad. All right, so without further ado, let's get into these bots, these new Battle Masters. Okay, the first one is Terraxodon. I think I pronounced that correctly. And he is a pterodactyl that transforms into an axe. And he's usable for only warrior class or special class type bots. Not every bot can hold Terraxodon, and as you can see here, I put mine on Optimus Prime, but he causes an earthquake, dealing 40% of the bot's damage per second value as damage to enemies around your target. All of your attacks heal you for 12% of the damage done. So he's going to heal the bot. I think that if you have a warrior class bot that has health issues, like doesn't have really, really good health, that would be a good bot to put Terraxodon on. And of course, you want to use these bots on your war line, your war bots that you're going to take into battle, because these are enhancements. These are enhanced features. They're not going to hurt any of your bots. They're an additional add-on. So as long as there's a few little guidelines that we're going to talk about, but basically they're all additions. So put them on your war line, put them on your war bots, and I would go with a warrior class bot that is lower on health for Terraxodon. And you can see there 40% damage per second value and 12% of the healing. Now we take a look at the 4-star, and the 4-star's got 30% of the bot's damage per second value and 9.3% healing for all your attacks done. And of course, the 3-star is not going to be as strong. I got my level 9 here. Causes 15% of the bot's damage per second value, and 5. So you can get that up to 6% there. Let's go ahead and just quickly do that. And so the 3-star is a lot weaker, but you know what? It also costs a lot less spark to level these guys up. So if you do have like a 2-star, I would level it, and you can get it up to level 10, as you can see there. And it's going to be a lot cheaper to level. Like here, Terrax only costs 50 spark to get to level 2, and it was up by 0.3%. So they're all going to be very useful bots. And since you only get 4 of them, you might as well take advantage of the 2-star, 3-star, and the 4-star, and the 5-star of these said bots. So that is Terraxodon. And of course, Terraxodon's equivalent is Pterodactyl. And Pterodactyl has, as you can see, there's the base stats, 40%. So that Earthquake is doesn't change, but the healing does. So you can see there, Pterodactyl's at 3% at level 1. And look what a level 10 gets you, 12% healing done, which is pretty significant. If you got a 20,000 health bot, that's 12% per attack he's getting back in health. That is really, really nice. Now, the next bot we're going to talk about is Nightstalker. Nightstalker's equivalent is Ravage. As we all know, Ravage is one of Soundwave's minions. Nightstalker is also, I guess he didn't really make any of the cartoons, but I know that he was in some of the lore and some of the toy figures over the years, and he looked more like Steeljaw, actually, I think, in the toy. But regardless, really cool, lots of health, and he can deal 341 damage per second. So that's really, really good. He's like a little tank bot out there. He'll help pop outposts, he'll pop mines, and he'll distract the enemy defenses from attacking your bot. So really nice addition to the game. And the cool thing about Ravage and Nightstalker, and there's the base Ravage at a 5-star. It starts with 8,000 health, so it's still pretty good even at level 1. And here is a level 10 with 12,000 health maxed out. And level 1 is 6,700, so it's a big difference once you level them up. And level 10 here for the 3-star has 8,000 health. At level 1 is 4,455. And for the 4-star, Max Ravage is 5,000 health, which is really cool. And for Nightstalker, he starts off at 2,772 health. So there's the stats for Nightstalker. The third bot we're going to talk about is Fire Drive. Now, Fire Drive is his equivalent is a Blowpipe. And you can see there the difference. They both do 3 times more damage to walls, but 5% is the base damage there, and 32% is capped out at level 10. So that's really nice. One thing I noticed is that the range for this Battlemaster is the same as like a jet's range. So you would probably want to put it on a jet, just because if you put it on a gunner, and Fire Drive is meant for gunners or jets, that gunner is going to have reduced range, and I really didn't like that when I tried that out. So my advice is don't put Fire Drive or Blowpipe on your gunners, put them on your jets. And Flak is, and Cratemaker, as you can see here, 50% is the base, 31% is at level 7, and I'll show you how much it costs here to give it up to the higher levels. It's pretty expensive. This is level 7 to 8. It starts off really, really low, and you don't really need to get it up this high. Like you can see now, he shoots up to 34%. If I want to go up another 3%, I'm going to spend 500,000 combat spark there, and that's to level 9, 37%. And then I don't even have enough to get him up to level 10 there. Gonna have to bug Amy again for some extra combat spark. Sorry, Amy, she's the greatest. She's always helping us out on the test server, giving us the resources we need to make these videos. But you can see there, you can get them up to 40% each rocket. So 5 rockets, each dealing 37% of the bot's damage per second value. That is really, really nice. And that's the base there. And we'll take a look at the 4-star, 28. So 28 down from 40. So it's a big difference, the 5-star. And the base for Flak is 15%. And for the 3-star, I've given Perceptor level 10 Fire Drive. And you can see here that the overall bot damage increases by 12%. So 12% for the 3-star. And for the 4-star, you're getting 22, so you're getting an extra 10% there. And let's take a look at the 2-star. And the 2-star is going to give you 6.5%. So 6.5% extra overall bot damage, but 3 times more damage to walls. So it doubles basically from the 2 to a 3. And then we take a look at Flak here. Now Flak's, you're getting 29% maxed out, shoots 5 rockets. And if you look at the 4-star Flak, actually no, so Cratemaker's the same as the Decepticon version, 28%. So 28, 29. That's very interesting, eh? So one thing that I noticed there is that Flak shoots 5 rockets at 29% as a 3-star, but the 4-star is lower. So that'll be something that might need a little bit of an adjusting there. And beyond that, I guess that's all we can say. Oh, Flak here. So the 2-star, as you can see there, the 2-star is at 23% at level 9, but if we get it up to level 10, that's an extra 1% only. And there it goes. It costs 187,000 combat spark to get to level 10 as a 2-star. And you probably don't want to use that on a 2-star, but I just wanted to compare the two. So it's 187,000 as a 3-star. To get it to level 10 is going to cost you 281, and then for the 4-star, it's going to be substantially higher, and the 5-star is 750,000. So there are just the examples there of how much combat spark is going to cost to level up, the differences here. Now, stay tuned. We're going to talk about the bots that will go best with these different combat bots, and we're going to do some war attacks for you guys. So stay tuned for that. So let's go back to the main squad here. You can see Prime's wielding that nice, cool Pterodactyl axe there instead of his regular Energon axe. And you can see Cup's got a new Target Master gun. And yeah, so a few bots will show their new weapons in the display screen here. But I encourage you guys to also check out, you know, the repair bay back on the base. You can see each of the bots individually and see if they have any enhancements there too, which is kind of cool. But we won't go there for this video. You can check that out yourselves. But hey, let's go ahead and let's talk more about this squad that I've assembled here. Now, Prime has obviously he's got that X to get that extra healing and the extra damage to defenses all around. And same for Sludge there. Going to use the 2-star on Sludge. And Perceptor, I gave Perceptor the 3-star fire drive there. So you can see his damage per second has gone way up, which is really, really nice. And also 3 times more damage to walls, which is really nasty. That's going to help a lot. And 75% of that bot's damage per second overall is going to overall bot damage increased by 12%. Really, really nice. Really, really good. And what else here? Let's take a look at Jazz. Now Jazz, I gave him Flak. Now Jazz's ability is his damage per second is going to go up, and he's going to have the same kind of ability like Skyburst. So Skyburst is kind of obsolete now in a way. If you don't like that line barrage or onslaught, if you don't like that line barrage that they have as a special ability, and you want more control over his ability, Jazz is probably a better alternative, or Prowl. I'd give Prowl a Flak and change Prowl into like a Skyburst type, and you're going to get that extra damage per second, which is really, really nice. Or just give Skyburst that Flak and give her some extra damage. That would be really cool as well. Now, healers can only get one kind of combat bot so far, and that's Nightstalker or Ravage. And that's just extra minion walking around dealing damage and popping outposts and mines, like I mentioned before. Now, Jetfire Skystriker is going to get that extra damage per second from the 5-star. Look at that, 1128. That's just gross. I've never seen anything that high in this game yet. So that's really cool. Shoots 5 rockets, each dealing 39% of the bot's damage per second value. Really, really cool. And what else we got here? Slash. Now, I give Slash a Pterodactyl. I'm going to give her a Pterodactyl because you want that extra healing because she's got low health. So that's a really nice pairing for Slash there. And for Cup, going to give Cup Flak just to give him that extra damage per second. Look at that. At level 4, he goes from 376 damage per second. And we're going to keep leveling this up. Let's try let's try 24% here. There you go. And you can see, we go back to the main screen here on Cup. He's gone up to 396 damage per second. So it's a nice enhancement because Cup can bounce around the base. Doesn't have really high damage per second. But when you add Flak in there and you add the Quintus Core to give him those extra Sharkticons, he's going to be really, really nasty. So let's go ahead and let's take a look. We'll level him up one more time and we're going to do a little battle for you guys. 29% extra damage there. So it goes up 3% every time for the 4-star, which is really, really nice. And look at that now. He's at 436 damage per second. Let's get into an attack here. Okay, so we load up the Zone 13 base here. And it's got some high-level defenses and a nice HQ 16 there. But we probably won't need to drop this whole squad here. So let's just try out Prime. We'll bring a Gunner. Let's try out Jetfire Sky Striker. And we'll bring Ratchet. Okay, so right away you can see Jazz has a new ability to shoot with that Target Master gun. And so does Sky Striker. Look at all that raining fire down. Can you imagine having 3 or 4 bots doing that to a base over those walls? That would be really, really nice. I don't think many bases would be able to... Well, they would crumble. I might want to bring Skyburst too in an attack for fun. Bring Skyburst and bring 3 bots or 4 bots with Flak. You could have 5 bots basically with Skyburst's ability. That would be really, really interesting actually. Look at that. Look at all that. Look at that showering fountain of showering down on defenses together, just with 2 Skyburst type bots. I'm having too much fun with this, guys. I won't lie. And look at Prime with his axe there. Boom! Down goes the Earthquake. And there's Ravage up there assisting him. So that was a Zone 13 attack for you guys. Let's just keep going with this. And we'll try and find some different scenarios for my squad. I don't want to do like a Zone 15 or 16. I could definitely do that for you guys, but I think we're just going to stick to smaller squads just to highlight how cool these new combat bots are. So let's go ahead and let's go to another Zone 13. So we're just loading up this base retrospect. Now, if you guys want me to go live and do some streaming, I could definitely do some streaming on the test server here and give you guys an example of how cool these combat bots are and just play with some different scenarios, as I have unlimited resources on the test account to do whatever I want to do. Man, that was just so much fun, that last attack. I want to kind of go with that again. But let's go ahead and let's try Slash out with the Megatronus and the Pterodactyl. I want to see how that works against this base. And let's go ahead and bring Perceptor just to clear the side off. So we're going to clear with Perceptor's new ability there. Look at that cool Target Master. He's going to shoot that Plasma Cannon as well. So you're getting flame damage. Whoa, isn't that cool? Flame damage went to 4 different defenses there. That is really, really cool. Oh yeah, that is awesome. Look at Perceptor go. That's cool. That's like Sunstreaker damage for just the regular ability there. So you can see that Perceptor is doing 800 damage for my level 61 Perceptor. He's just cleared out the whole bottom here. I totally forgot about the rest of this attack. I got 40 points now, and we're going to go ahead and Slash as Megatronus, so no healing to Slash, but because I've equipped Slash with the Pterodactyl core, you'll see that there's little chips coming out of the walls there. That's because of that the power core, the combat core is also doing damage to those defenses all around and healing Slash as well. So you can see there, Slash is healing. And then we're going to go invisible again to the top, and we'll heal up a little bit thanks to this Pterodactyl combat Power Master, Battle Master axe enhancement. And we got lots of points left. I just want to get in range of the HQ. We made it. And now you can see the flame damage for the Megatronus core. Megatronus is perfect for slash because you're just doing heavy damage to HQs with that Megatronus core and his ability. And look at him healing up as well because of that cool axe. So there you go, Perceptor and Slash take down a Zone 13 base together. Hope you're enjoying these attacks. I'm really enjoying them. I haven't really had a chance to experiment a ton with these guys. I actually did more of them in the beginning when they were first released. But of course, you know, they go through rigorous testing, and the bots are not all the same. They may get enhancements and boosts from day one of testing, and so forth. But let's just go ahead and do one more attack for you guys. You see my Cup is not a really super high level Cup. He's level 55 there. But that flak just makes him so cool, doesn't it? I'm really digging all of these cores. I think they're all really, really cool. And a lot of fun, no matter which one you get. You get an Optimus Prime, the warrior class kind of Pterodactyl or Pterodactyl. That's cool. If you guys get Ravage or Nightstalker, that's going to be a bot that's very versatile. You can go on any of your bots you want. And of course, I think my favorite so far has got to be Flak. I think Flak, and then I also like Perceptor's ability there, the fire drive to shoot plasma. That's really, really cool. All right, let's try and take down this base with Cup, because I want to see how good Cup can be with Flak. And because I know it's going to change Cup's ability here. And we'll just drop a healer. I don't think we need a healer. Let's just go without it. So here you go. Cup's got, look at that, extra range now. Cup is so deadly. Oh my gosh. Like, once you get, this is only level 54 Cup. On my main account, my Cup's level 60. I can't wait to get a Flak on Cup. This is awesome. Look at that. I just took out the whole bottom of this base without even taking any damage because I was just so distant from all the defenses there. And the Quintus core is really helpful because Quintus is going to distract. So I love Quintus on Cup. And you can see I've already taken down most of this base here. And we're just going to bring his shield back on here and then start focusing on this HQ. Now, my Cup is dealing 400 damage per second. Oops, that was a mistake. He just wasted like 10 seconds there of time attacking other things. But basically, look at that, man. Cup's got that really cool ability. His grenades. Usually when he fires his grenades, he has to get closer with his two little machine guns. But that's kind of interesting. He keeps shooting off his ability after the attack's over. But yeah, that's that. That's cool. Cup is definitely a lot stronger now. And these backdoor attacks that people love doing are going to be stronger now, I think. That's just one comment I'm going to make. It's going to be a lot harder, of course, right? Because we got shield generators and things like that to combat people doing those backdoor attacks. But, you know, these combat cores are going to help a lot. It's going to be a lot of fun. See Brainstorm on my base. I can't really say too much about Brainstorm right now. We can't do any playtesting yet, so I won't say anything about that until I get to go ahead. But anyhow, that's that for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Now, I know my other fellow YouTubers like Sunstreaker Waza, Engineer Hoist, Skywarp Greer, these guys have done some videos as well. So check out their content in my description below. Also, don't forget, we'll do a little giveaway there where you got to read the description for the contest rules on how to win some premium crystals. And also, I want to give a shout out to some other partners that I have. LL Cool J110. This guy's got a really great page, gamingfans.com. Was it .com.net? Anyway, it's in the description below. He's got a really cool page with lots of information, lots of useful stuff. It's very similar to the wiki, but he goes more in depth, which is really, really cool, and I really appreciate that. And also there's links to Facebook and all that if you want to get connected to the family, the Transformers family, and score yourself some free prizes. Anyhow, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and I really appreciate that. And obviously, like, if you guys want to share it, go for it. I'd really appreciate it. This is Alpha Prime, the One Elites. Thanks for watching. Peace out.